Hey y'all, what's up? It's me, Shaniqua, once again here with another Car Coach session. All right, so let's talk about your big ask. All right, not your big, your doctor can't fix this one. This one requires you to fix yourself. So let me go ahead and give the story behind this thing. For many years, okay, let's back up real quick. So in 2008, I did a 10-year vision board. It was huge. It was on one of those science boards. It took me over 12 hours to do just one side panel. So I did like this serious vision board for 10 years of what I wanted my life to look like. Yo, that vision board just ran out last year, right? And then I accidentally left it in school, and the lady tossed it because she had like no sense, and she tossed it. All right, so anyway, after I lost that vision board, and it had to be around, it was before 2013. So I want to say it was around maybe 2010, 2011, somewhere around that time, I lost the vision board. And after that time, I also lost my vision. I lost what I was looking forward to. I lost what I was working towards. And so I don't know if you remember from my last video, but I talked about how I was just reacting to life. I became very, not reactive, because I wasn't like explosive with it. I said reactionary. I don't even know if that's a real word. Um, but let's just put it this way. I was very passive in life until I needed to react. That is the best way to put it. And so I lost my vision. I didn't know what I wanted. Life got really, really, really hard around 2012. I'm talking about extremely hard, gut-wrenching cries. God, what's happening to me? It hit my family. It hit my health. It hit my finances. Like life was just like in a one really hard 7-year cycle, which ended this year at the top of the year. So life was just so hard. And so my vision became extremely limited. My eyesight, my goals, my desires were about surviving and making it. They were not about that in itself was not aligned with who I am. I am a child of God, and an abundant God at that. Not necessarily the one that we learn about in church, but the one that I've come to know through my own experiences. And what it is God will always give you enough because that's what you asked for. But I got sat down real lovely one time, and God was like, when you gonna stop asking for enough? Because I'm bigger than that. And all of a sudden I realized, you are bigger than that. And he also said, and I made you bigger than that. I made you bigger than enough. I made you bigger than mediocre. I made you bigger than average. When are you gonna step into that? Do y'all know when he had that conversation with me? When I was in a hospital almost dead. Yes, I had pulmonary embolisms in my right lung, and my doctor just yesterday told me, yeah, you were in a really bad situation. I didn't feel it. Thank the good Lord for protection. I didn't feel it, but I had so many doggone blood clots sitting in my lungs that all it would have taken was for one of them to get swept up. It would have went into my heart, and I would have been looking at heart attack, cardiac death. And that could happen at any moment. Whatever. So I'm in that hospital and I'm getting this lesson. Actually, I got the lesson in the ambulance as I talked about, how my life changed right there in the ambulance, looking up at the lights going, if I died today, I would have left nothing. I would have left kids. Come on. Duh, I'm a woman who had children. I would have left children, but I wouldn't have left a legacy. What would I have left them to aspire to? Because there would have been nothing left but debt and negativity and struggle. Yes, let's be real honest, and let's be real vulnerable, and let's be very transparent right now. A lot of you, especially in this coaching space, you are experiencing those three things: debt, struggle, and negativity. So let's pull back and start getting a vision, because if you're struggling with debt and you're struggling with negativity and you're just grinding, hustling, like if y'all hear those words are about fighting against a force, and that's never ending. You don't want to grind, rise and grind. You grind your teeth, you'll lose them. they lose their capability to do what they need to do, which is tear into stuff. You don't grind. And if you hustle, yo, like for real, when will you get to stop? Because if you're hustling for the next dollar. You're not building a legacy. So it's rise and build, and like rise and get edified. I don't know. I'm just making up words right now, but if you are living with those big threes, right? The negativity, the grind, that hustle, that struggle, and this debt. If you are living with those things, you don't have a vision. You don't. Let's be honest. Let's step on toes. You ain't got it. Can you see it? Can you feel it? Can you project your mind to where you are in the future as if you were there now? If you can say no to all of those, you need to hear people talking in your ear. You need to feel the wind dancing against your skin. You need to smell the salt from the water as it hits your nose. And you need to feel the sweet meltingness of your creme brulee. Yo, that's my favorite dessert. You need to feel, your senses have to be involved. And if right now that thing that you want does not involve those things, you cannot feel those things, it's just a hope, it's just a wish, it's just a candle that flickers and might die, then you don't have a vision. When I bring up, my coach asked me, never mind, I'm going to reverse this. My coach asked me, not me personally, but on a video, she said, what's your big ask? Because another famous speaker out there, Lucinda Cross, I think she has a book called The Big Ask. What's your big ask? People are like, I want to retire my husband. What for? Let him retire himself. People go, I want to leave a legacy for my children. That's great. What does your legacy look like? Because if it's just monetary, you ain't leave a legacy. You just leave an inheritance. Not that that's a bad thing. Hello. But what for? What is your ask? And I literally had to shut everything off. I was in traffic and get into praise mode. I said, God, please stop letting me play small, because I was my own obstacle. Lisa Nichols says she's her own rescue. That's because she understands that it's not the man, it's not the grind, it's not the debt, it's not the loans, it's not your mom, it's not your past, it's not the trauma, it's not the tragedy. None of that stuff is standing in your way. You are. And so I had to realize I was in my way. And so my prayer at that moment was, God, please push me to stop playing small. And I got scared when I uttered that prayer, because I said, he asked me to ask big, because he knew he was going to ask me to do some scary shit, like some scary shit. And so I was like, all right, God, I'm feeling the fear, but I'm going to repeat myself in case you and I both weren't clear. Please stop letting me play small. Push me to my greatness. And do you believe, trust and believe that he has been? And so I have elevated in who is around me and in what it is that I want. That was my big ask. My ask wasn't about inheritance. My ask wasn't about financial stuff. My ask wasn't about love. My ask wasn't about retiring somebody. My ask wasn't even about retiring myself, because I see myself working until I die, because my work is going to be fun. Okay? That wasn't my ask. My big ask, because I know myself, was, God, please push me to stop playing small. And do you know, for the last couple of days, y'all, it's hot out here. Do you know, for the last couple of days, I've been getting my vision. For years, I haven't had one. I know what I want in my life. I want travel. And I've actually been scared of that, because I'm like, I'm going to be away from my kids. And then, like, even just 5 minutes ago, like 5 or 10 minutes ago, my behind said, why can't your kids come with you? Don't you want to show them the world? And I do. So I'm asking you today, I'm telling you today, I'm imploring to you today that you get down, dirty, and real with yourself. What is your big ask? What does your vision really look like? And girl and guy, if it ain't scaring you, wipe off your glasses, and try again.